And this is what Gabriel says to Zechariah when John had not been born. He said, the Lord hears you.
Yes.
It was present tense. Zechariah didn't pray that prayer that day or that night before.
No.
He prayed it years ago.
That's right.
But notice that Gabriel did not say the Lord heard you.
That's right.
He said God hears you. What are you saying, God? There's no expiration on the prayer of the righteous.
Amen. Amen.
The effectual and fervent prayer of the righteous never goes away. It doesn't matter if you prayed it 400 years ago. He says, I still hear you.
Amen.
I didn't just hear you then. He says, I hear you now. He told Zacharias, I hear you.
Yes.
And Zechariah probably saying to himself, but I said it years ago. But God is saying about every prayer mom is praying, every prayer you prayed in righteousness, everything we did right. God said, every prayer we made, God says, it wasn't just that I heard you then, I still hear you.
Amen.
Please hear me. He says, it wasn't that when their prayers, I know that mom has prayed years ago. And maybe she doesn't see it today. But God is still saying, I still hear you.
Amen.
There may be something your dad prayed, that your mama prayed, that somebody, he says, I still hear you. God, why do you still hear me? Because righteousness has to be fulfilled.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All the right things that we have done. God's saying, I am establishing you. It must be fulfilled.
Amen. Amen.
He's doing it right now.
Yes, Lord.
He's doing it right now. We have walked into somebody else's labors. We have walked into somebody else's prayers. We have walked into somebody else's grace. We have walked into somebody else's righteousness.
Oh, yes.
The thing they did right came to us.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Amen.
It's time to fulfill it.
Amen.
Amen.
It's time to fulfill it.
Amen.
It's time to fulfill it. And God's saying, in righteousness you shall be established. He says, I have built you on your consistency.
Amen.
I have built you on your consistency. I have built you on the fact that you don't waver. I have built you on the fact that you don't fall or crumble or complain. He says, I have built you for all the right things you have done. God's like, I built you.
Yes.
There are prayers that came before us. God says, I'm still answering them in you.
Yes.
Yes.
Permit it to be so. Now. And let us together fulfill all righteousness.